Hello, friends. This is Pastor Ron again. We haven't seen you for over a month. As you might well know, I was up in Oregon doing ministry and visiting family and friends, but we're glad to be back, and we have a very, very special guest with us today. On Kingdom Journey, I've invited Brenda to come over from the Rita Fire Department, and we're just going to ask her to share a little bit about herself, what she does with the fire department, and then she's got a great bit of information to share with us. So I'm really going to just turn it over to you, Brenda, and we look forward to hearing from you today.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yes, I am the new administrative coordinator for the Santa Rita Fire District, formerly known as Green Valley Fire District. What I will be doing and what I have been doing is scheduling events and presentations on our programs. We also complete fire extinguisher simulator classes, anything that you want us to bring to you. Our goal for the Santa Rita Fire District is community risk reduction. Is what we're trying to get out there. How can we help our community members, our residents, with risk reduction? We know accidents happen, right? We're here for that reason to help you. But how can we help you even further with prevention? So that is our goal. I work closely with a pub ed coordinator named Danielle Islas. She works with students. She goes to the schools and completes presentations on smoke alarm and battery, what we have to offer as far as the district. As you know, with the annexation completed last year, we have now are covering the town of Rita portion. So we want to make sure that we're getting what we do out to that community as well. What I do with our pub ed coordinator is we work together. I work with more of the community in Green Valley. I can complete presentations in Rita, and she'll complete presentations at the school as far as reduction in what we can do to help you for community risk reduction.
So are you going to share with us today a little bit about what those things are?
I will.
Yeah.
Yes. So for starters, we have a smoke alarm and battery replacement program. If you call our office, and I will provide you that number, it is 520-393-7505. They will get your information, place you on a list to have our Fire Corps volunteers go to your home and check your smoke alarm, check your batteries, and replace that. There is a fee, and what they do is they will go and replace the batteries if needed, replace the smoke alarms, and place you on a 2-year list. So they will call you after 2 years to go ahead and check the smoke alarms again. We also have a program with, it's a non-emergency number. If you get any chirping at 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever the time may be, you call this number. They will dispatch someone over to check those alarms. So you don't have to get on a ladder. You don't have to worry about that. You call our non-emergency number, and we can also use that for snake or desert pest removal as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
2 o'clock in the morning. That's usually
2
when
o'clock,
it
and
happens,
that's usually
isn't
when
it?
it happens. You know why I heard from our fire inspectors? It's because it's cold. It's cooler at night, so the batteries tend to go off at that time.
Oh,
If you ever wondered
really?
why? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
So that number, if needed, is 520-629-9200. That's a good number to keep on hand as well. Another program that we offer is the Lockbox program. Not sure if you're familiar with that program,
A little bit.
but I did bring one to show you all as well to kind of take a look at what it looks like. It's a little box that our Fire Corps volunteers will place outside your door, visible to our first responders in case of an emergency situation. They are not breaking down your door. They are not breaking a window. Keep in mind, it is cheaper than a window or a door replacing that. They're going to get to you in case of an emergency. That is needed, number one. But what can we do to prevent damaging, the door, the
Sure.
window to get to you? That's the lockbox. So they place the key inside, install that outside your door. Our first responders are only ones that have a key to that, or our technicians. No one else has a key to that lockbox. So it is kept safe. You can put a little note in there with animal names if you would like to. That's something our residents do as well. If you ever need that key updated, There is no charge to have that key updated or the notes updated. You'll just have to call a number that I have here to give you, and we'll make an appointment for you the following week after you call.
So that lockbox really is a safeguard for the people that are inside the home that may need an emergency.
Exactly.
And if I know that I've had to deal with people in our church that had that done, and it was easy access for the fire department, especially for the ambulance crew, paramedics to get into the house without, like you said, breaking the door down.
Exactly.
So would it be important for everybody in Green Valley to have that?
We're trying to have
Are you?
that, right? We have a list.
I've thought about it. I really
Yes.
have. Yeah.
And what happens with that information, we send it over to our dispatch team. So they know if a call ever comes in that home would have a lockbox. So they know when they go to your home, they are looking for that lockbox. That's why it should be in visible view, not hidden, because every second counts, right?
Yeah.
So they need to make sure they can see that lockbox, they'll unlock it, and they can enter your home.
Maybe I missed you, but is there a fee connected with the lockbox?
There is.
Okay.
So the lockbox itself is $90
Okay.
just for the box, and then $25 to have it installed.
Okay.
You can install it yourself for the $90. Then you would just call us once it's installed, and we would schedule an appointment to go to your home to lock the key in. So it's a total of $115 if you decide to have us install and the box itself as well.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds great. Okay.
Yes.
So what else have we got today from the department?
So something I also want to talk about is the community risk reduction and what we are doing to help you guys. So if you visit our website, we offer monthly newsletters. For September, it's Fall Prevention Month. So we complete a newsletter and how we can help you with that. And what we can do, we have Fire Corps volunteers that work with Valley Assistance, and they will go to your home and complete an assessment on your home to prevent you and any risk that you may have in falling. So they can complete that as well. So that's another program where we work closely with Valley Assistance. And we would like to get the word out on those programs and who we work with.
Yeah. I appreciate you bringing it up because I think one of maybe some of the major areas that my wife and I deal with our church members is falls. Gosh, I mean, it seems like I don't think it's maybe every week, but it feels almost like every week somebody falls. And I was thinking about that lockbox and have access for that to come in, especially when we have people who are living alone at home and there's just nobody else to open the door for them, and they may have a medical alert or something like that. Just to have an assessment of your house, because we have a lot of tile on the floor and rugs,
those
and
steps.
We find people that are in their 90s wanting to fix something and get up on a ladder. We've had that happen more than once also. So those are really safety precautions that maybe our people really need to have an awareness in their home of some things that they need to bring that up to speed to prevent those falls.
Exactly. And with fall, it doesn't matter what age you are, correct? It can happen, and those little things like the rug in the bathroom or the kitchen that can cause that. You can trip over your pet. So what can we do to help you in reducing that? And that is one way with the smoke alarm and battery. You shouldn't be getting on a ladder if, you're not comfortable and some ceilings are high. Let us take care of that for you with the lockbox. That's also something else. If you do fall, they can enter your home. So all of those kind of go hand in hand. There's also that non-emergency number for snake removal, right? Their snakes are out right now. The Gila monsters, we live in the desert. We're in their home. So that's something else that please keep in mind to use when you're out there gardening. We've had a few residents already bitten by rattlesnakes. So that's just make sure if you are cleaning your yard, and there's brushes that you're taking that extra precaution. I know it can be troublesome to get a broom or get a shovel, but just make sure that there's nothing around there before you reach under. And if you do see one, call that non-emergency number. We will go and remove that and relocate that snake or that desert pest for you.
I've been dying to ask you this question, the snake removal. And the reason I bring that up, about 2 or 3 years ago, we're driving home, and right in front of our house was a snake. And that critter just slithered right up in front of our front door.
Oh, it did.
And of course, my wife gets on the phone. She calls for the snake patrol, and the gentleman came out there. And oh gosh, it was very, I mean, it didn't take long for him to get there, and was able to remove that snake. Tell us a little bit about that, because it's something that we deal with down here in the desert. And how does that work? And the other question I have is, what do they do with them? Where do they go?
So we do have what are called OSTs. So Operation Service Technicians. They are trained to remove the snake, and they have the proper, yes. We don't just
Do they
throw them out there.
volunteer for this?
No, so they are employed with the Santa Rita Fire District. And so that's who also can complete that chirping with the smoke alarms. So they're also trained for that. They will go and they're trained to remove that snake. They have special equipment that they utilize to catch that snake, put it in a bucket or what they call the wooden case that they'll carry, and they'll put it there, and they will remove it and relocate that rattlesnake away from homes and somewhere where they can go back in the desert.
Oh, so they're taking, because I've heard so many different stories about what they do with them. Oh, it's amazing, Oh, yeah, they say remove it, but they just take it a half a block away.
Oh, no, they do remove them in the desert and far from home.
Far from home.
I
like
home.
that
So
idea.
they're not going to
Far
just put it in
from
somebody
home.
else's yard. No,
No,
not at all. And they're trained to handle any type of snake, but definitely be more cautious with those rattlesnakes. And they're trained for that.
If I could, I'd like to tell you my story about that. So I have a miniature pincher, right? So when I see the snake, I don't know why, I grabbed him.
It's your
He was
instinct.
safer in the car, but I picked him up. I wouldn't let him see where the snake was. I wouldn't let him see it. So the gentleman came, removed the rattlesnake, and then I walked him into the house, and he's got his nose down on the sidewalk where that snake went. When he got in the house, Whisper, his name is Whisper, he was going up and down the rug in the house, smelling that rug. And when we he went to bed that night, he would not sleep. He sat on the edge of the bed looking out at that front door all night long. It took him about 2 days to get over that. Never saw it, but that snake must emit some type of an odor from their body. And that, of course, the dogs smell like 400 times more than a human. He picked up that scent, and it took him, I think, maybe 2 days or so before he finally got over it and got rid of the idea. And so he finally went to bed, wasn't on high alert all night. So.
Yes, they know for sure, and they do, right? Their senses are a lot stronger than ours. So I'm sure he was worried about that, and especially being a smaller dog, right?
Yes.
They can really, their venom can really do
a
number on them. And right now, those rattlesnakes are, it's September, but they're still out, and they're looking for cooler places, hot weather. They're looking for their food. So they'll go anywhere. And we've gotten calls of them in garages. So they'll find a place. So please keep those screen doors closed. Sometimes it's nice to open it with this rain coming, but definitely make sure that those are closed.
Here's a question I have too, and maybe this is not your department, but what can people do to snake-proof their home, or what can they do to avoid getting bit? Like we've had people in our church being bit, and the common thing I hear is people are reaching down like underneath a bush to gather something or whatever, and the snake is there, and like I can remember a couple of years ago, I was playing at one of the local golf courses, and the marshal was around, and he came over, and this golf course happens to have some more longer grass in the fairways, and the guy hit his ball in the grass instead of the fairway. He goes over to pick up the ball, and the snake grabbed his hand, and he reaches over to take the snake off his hand, and he bit him again. So he got bit twice by the same snake.
By the same snake?
Yeah, I know that's not a good story.
No, but it happens. No, yes. Well, as I mentioned, when you're doing yard work, especially around those green bushes that people have, get a shovel. If you have those trash pickup tools that you use to pick up trash, use that, kind of go underneath it, make a lot of noise. What I am hearing is they're not rattling. Rattlesnakes are not rattling as much as we used to, or they used to.
Really?
So yes, they are sitting quietly, waiting, right? And so you got to be careful, even if you do use that shovel, even if you do, just take a look as well, but at a distance when you are completing yard work, or when you step out of your house. Some houses have that little lip at the bottom.
Mhm.
They hide there. They've done that with, I had a rattlesnake that hid underneath where your sliding glass door is. And there's that little space underneath. He was hidden there. So just be very cautious when you're stepping out of your home. Look down, and if you have a stick, kind of just move it around just to make sure. With that, I think that would wake them up, right? And they would react and you would hear them rattle. But definitely take that extra precaution. Like you said, when you're reaching for, he could have used his golf club to just shake that grass before reaching down. If you get bit, please call 911 immediately. Do not call the headquarters. We're going to advise you to call 911. That is the main number that you need to call, is 911.
About that, this is my last question or even comment about rattlesnakes. So I don't even like the idea of it. Do you know how many calls you actually average, like in a week?
No, but I will say in May we had already over 400 calls is what I was told. So we have already had quite a few, and we're in September. So that number has grown, and the residents already being victims of rattlesnake bites. As you know, there's been one is too many, and there's been a few. So we just need to make sure we're doing what I noticed too, people are, looking at their phones when they're walking. Just make sure you're looking around you, even as you're walking.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
And if you see one, no matter if it's a rattlesnake or it's a garter snake, just call us. We'll remove it for you. Yeah. I know they're looking for their meal. It's there, but they're in your space. So we'll remove it and get them out of your hair. And you don't have to hopefully worry about another one.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to something more pleasant.
Yes, right.
So what else have you got to share with us today?
So I just wanted to share and let you guys know of our name. For starters, there's a lot of people that don't know that we did change our name.
Okay.
So like as I mentioned at the beginning, we were previously known as Green Valley Fire District. Now we are Santa Rita Fire District. Still hardworking, still a great fire department. So that is, if you see our logo, we're still Green Valley Fire Department. It is just now Santa Rita Fire Department. And we're trying to get out there, get our programs going for you guys. If anyone wants a presentation completed about these programs or a class on fire extinguisher classes, please reach out, let us know. We have great programs and great presentations that we complete at the fire department.
Do you do this at the station?
We can. We have a training center room, or we can come to you.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, we can complete that.
Okay.
I didn't know have you met our fire chief, Chuck Wonder, before? Have you had the pleasure of meeting him?
No, I have not.
So he was actually named 2025's Arizona Fire Chief of the Year.
Oh, great.
Yes, recently. So by the Arizona Fire Chiefs Association. So just want to let you guys know you are in great hands, obviously, hardworking people at Santa Rita Fire District. We also had a firefighter. She's a firefighter and or engineer and paramedic. She was named the only second woman to receive the award of United Firefighter of the Year. So something to be proud of here in the community. This is in Arizona, so all of Arizona. So they were both receiving those awards, and I think it just makes me, and I know residents, appreciate what we have. So we want to make sure that we're always working hard for you guys and doing what we can do in that community risk reduction. So I look forward to speaking to the community on what we have to offer out there. Definitely smoke alarm battery, the residential lockbox. Please take a look at our website and look for those newsletters.
So does that newsletter get mailed upon request? Is that how that works?
We can mail it. If you just call our headquarters office, we can definitely mail you that. Okay. What we also can mail or we can provide to you at our local fire departments are any of these flyers should be there. Also the envelope of life. I'm not sure if we're aware of that. If you have that, that is something our firefighters look for if they were to ever respond to your home. That envelope of life has your doctor's information, any medication you are on. Okay. So in case of an emergency, they know already what to look for when they'll take that with them if you need to be transported to the hospital. So that's something that we can also provide to you, either by you picking it up or by mail. But definitely, I can make a copy of the newsletter, mail that. I know some people don't use the internet So
Mm-hmm.
that is something we can do. Give us a call.
Is that monthly?
And that is monthly.
Okay.
So September is fall prevention. And then we have October, November. You go into fire prevention in November. That comes with the pancake breakfast. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. We've had that annually at Station 151.
No.
That's coming up.
Okay.
So that is where our residents, our community members, can go and sit with community members, the fire department, and have pancakes, coffee, eggs, and it is free.
At which
Station 151.
Oh, Station 15. And where's that located?
So
at?
that is over on Esperanza.
Oh,
It is
okay.
250 North La Cañada
Okay,
Drive.
Okay.
So across from, I believe it's on the other side of United Methodist and Our Lady of the Valley.
Mhm.
So on that
Okay.
side.
Know exactly where
Mhm.
it's at.
I have some flyers I brought to share with you as well. So you can keep
Okay.
those here.
And when
Mhm.
is the date of that again?
October 10th.
October 10th.
So
on a
a little
Saturday?
over a month. Friday.
Oh, Friday.
Mhm.
Okay.
7 to 10.
Okay.
So definitely I want to get the word out on that.
That'd be
It's-
great. Yeah.
Yes, free breakfast, free coffee, orange
Yeah.
juice, eggs, sausage, and bacon.
Yeah.
You couldn't get any better than that, right?
Who's doing the cooking?
So the firefighters
They
are
are.
Fire Corps volunteers.
They have to cook, yeah.
They have to cook. Yes, yeah. So they're doing the cooking. You come on in and just enjoy
Yeah.
free food. We have vendors that will be showcasing
Oh,
what they
Yeah.
have to offer in the community as well. So it's great. It gets the word out on their programs, and it also helps
Mhm.
us to just talk to our community members. Any questions you
Yeah.
might have,
Yeah.
face to face is always great as
Yeah.
well. So yes, something else to keep in mind. Another great program that we do yearly. So we want to keep that going. Yes.
You know, I have to tell you though, I have a soft spot in my heart for firefighters, paramedics. Is like I said, I spent 20 years in a department. And
Yes.
when I went back home this month, one of the things I did is I got reacquainted with the department and had lunch with them and got to meet some new paramedics. We have a new fire chief also. He had been there a long time, and it was great. I worked with him for 20 years.
Wow.
In fact, my last call, we worked on a case together, and then interesting enough, because I was the one that started the program, it was great to see some changes, and they had hired a new chaplain after I left, and she has done just a marvelous job for the department,
That's good.
and I think they hired a new couple of new firefighter paramedics, and so it's just great to see and I just have my heart goes out to them because. You know, someday I'd like to just have a paramedic come in here and explain what they do.
And we can do that. We
Can you do that?
We can do that, definitely.
Because, again, it's just because of my own background. We have just so many, I have so many stories to tell, and I have such respect for them
Yes.
because I think it's easy to maybe overlook not only the training that's required because they're constantly being trained, constantly, as you know. And the second thing is that they're dealing with medical issues that isn't in a real kind of like in a controlled environment, uncontrolled environment, people's houses, cars, buildings, whatever it might be, and the response time that they have to be on. It's just they do a phenomenal job for our community here, and I would love that. If you could help arrange that for me, Brenda, I would really appreciate that.
Definitely. We'll get
Yes.
together. There's
Okay, we can
tremendous
do
respect
that.
for the
That would be
firefighters.
great. I
and-
think it'd be
yeah.
good for our people to know exactly who these people are coming through the door and what's required for them to have that role and be entrusted with your health care in a split second to be making those kind of decisions.
Exactly.
It's crucial. It's life and death oftentimes.
It is. It is. And that's where these programs will help the firefighters in those events of an emergency, right?
Exactly.
Every second counts. They're trained for that. And their role, it's tremendous what they do.
Mhm.
And to be able to keep calm. I know in emergency situations, sometimes our mind goes blank, right? They're trained to keep cool and know what to do, and they do it well. I have a tremendous respect for first responders.
You know, my wife here about 4 years ago had an incident, and I called a paramedic crew, and I was so surprised how many guys showed up, you know, and the care that they gave my wife in transporting her and everything. It was just great. So again, I just worked with them for 20 years. I just have the utmost respect for them and for the whole department and the people that work there.
And
So
you know, from coming from that background, what it entails.
yes, I
Yes,
do.
yes. And like you
Yeah.
said, if learning every day, technology is changing. So they're learning
Yeah.
every day and they're working together and they're doing a great job of that.
Yeah, I do.
And that shows with the awards that, the fire chief and
Yeah.
Amy
Is he
Schultz
going to be at the
received.
pancake?
He will be.
He will
He
be.
will be.
Okay.
Yes,
I'd
yes.
like to meet him.
No, definitely. Come on
Yeah.
down. He'll be there, and our other chiefs will be there as well.
Great.
So there'll be a big crew there to
Okay.
help the community members,
Sounds
ask
good.
any questions. They're going to be there.
Yeah.
And so it's a great event. It's a great event. We, over 800 showed up last year.
Oh, wow.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of
Yeah.
community support to put that together
Yeah.
and look forward to
Great.
it this year as well. So hopefully cool weather.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So yeah.
October 10th, hopefully.
Not too
yeah.
much, hopefully not too much rain, but yeah, it'll be indoors. So
It'll
that'll be
indoors.
good. Yes,
That's
it'll be
great.
inside
Okay.
the station.
Okay.
So yeah, we plan to definitely do that for the
Okay.
community, but
Sounds
I'll
good.
definitely look into getting a paramedic.
Yes.
So
I'd
we
love to
can
do
maybe
that.
have
I'd
a
love to have them
class
come in
and
here and talk to us about what they do and their training and you know,
yes.
how that all that works out. And
Yes,
that
for
would be
sure.
really great. I think it'd be good. I just feel like it'd be good for our people to know who these people are.
Yes.
And that you're entrusting your health to these individuals, and
Exactly.
you should know who they are.
Yes,
and
especially
why
if
they
we're
can do what they do.
right coming and checking your smoke alarms, your lock
Yeah.
boxes, right? We can get some fire corps volunteers as well to come in and you guys
Yes.
can meet them. And we're always looking for volunteers. So if anybody would like to volunteer, call the office and definitely they'll train you. They
So what
have
do the
admin.
volunteers do at your department?
So our fire corps volunteers, we have admin support or we have those that go out in the field. So the ones that go out in the field, they complete smoke alarm and battery. They're also trained to remove snakes if needed. They complete the installation and key updates of the lockbox as well.
Okay.
So they're definitely trained. Great community members. I believe we have over 80 at this time, fire corps volunteers. Some are out of town at the moment. They leave during this type of weather, but they'll come back and be full force and ready to go. So
We had a large volunteer crew at the department I was associated with, and it had shrunk over the years because people got so busy and they have families. But our volunteers, much like the paid staff, were constantly in training. I mean, it was hardly a weekend that didn't go by there wasn't some aspect of training that was going on. In fact, they would drive the ambulances for us, the fire trucks for us. I got a story I got to tell you. So it was on a Saturday, and I went down there because I knew they were doing some training, and they had to pass a test to drive the fire truck. And one of the tests is they set up in front of the station with a large blacktop area, these pylons. So you had to drive the truck all the way to the end and back it all the way back without knocking over a pylon.
oh,
So I'm down
wow.
there, and one of the volunteers says, "Hey, Chaplain, let's see you drive that truck." So I get in the truck. I drove all the way down there, backed up all the way, and didn't knock one pile down. And if you could have seen the look in their face,
That
it was
would have
a
been
classic,
good.
you know.
And you can't turn it down. You had to do it.
I said, but I'm not driving it for you.
Right.
We
Yeah.
had a great laugh about
Yeah.
it, though. It's
That's
one of my
fun.
favorite stories. Funny
Yeah,
stories to
that is
tell.
funny. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, no. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, is there something else you want to share with us?
No, I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure I'm getting that word out on our programs.
Okay.
And thank you for having us
Oh,
here.
you're welcome. It's
we
our pleasure.
definitely, and it's great to be here and taking the time to speak on these programs. Want to make sure we get the word out. And like I said, if you need anything, if there's any questions that I may not have answered, please call our office.
Okay.
We'll definitely put you in the right direction, point you to the right direction, or like I said, mail you any of these programs. If you're wanting more information, we're here to help you, not just in time of need, but for prevention as well. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And
So what's that phone number?
so that phone number for the front office will be 520-625-9400. If you need snake removal or desert pest removal or any smoke alarm chirping, call 520-629-9200. If you have any smoke alarms that need to be checked, batteries replaced, there is a fee for that. When you call, they can let you know of that fee. It's going to be 520-393-7505. So those are the three important numbers that you need to know of.
Okay. Well, Brenda, thank you for coming on Kingdom Journey. This has been a joy. I've been looking so forward to this.
Me
Thank
as
you
well. Thank you for
so
having us.
very much.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh.
looking forward to talking to a paramedic down the road
Yes, we
here.
will get that scheduled for you
And
get that
you know
working.
what? If there's anything that we can do to help the department, please get a hold of me, and we'll put them on the camera and on the mic, whatever we got to do, because what you folks do in our community is so vitally important to our residents, and we want to do the best we can to get the word out
Thank
and to
you.
help people and have a quality of life here in Green Valley. That's so important for us.
And we couldn't do it without you and the
Well,
community allowing us to come here. So we
yeah.
thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you for
And again, thank
opening
you
your
for
doors.
coming today.
Of course.
You're welcome.
Anytime.
And for those of you, next week, we're going to have Todd Gould with us, and he is, as you know, the director of our security and safety here at the church. And until then, thank you. We'll see you next week. God bless you.